Why the devil are you yawning?
It's 3 o'clock in the morning, my lord.
And you want to crawl back under the blankets with Mrs. Fletcher, do you?
Mrs. Fletcher is dead, my lord.
Dead? When?
It's when we was on our travels, my lord.
Damn it, man, you should have told me. What about the serving girl? The young one?
Susan, my lord.
Is she married?
Susan is unattached.
I don't suppose Susan could prepare me a plate of eggs.
She is retired to bed, my lord. But I don't think she's asleep.
Susan.
Betsy, your lordship. I'm Susan.
Ah.
And I swam the Hellespont from Sestos to Abydos.
You swam the Hellespont?
He did. He swims like a fish.
And the women? Were they fair?
Dark in the main. Dark scroop, and above all, cheap. It was 2 years of bliss. Bliss and debauchery.
Oh. And now what?
What indeed? At 23, the best of life is over, and its bitters double. And after the East, England seems a pale imitation of life.
Aren't you writing?
I've a couple of cantos concerning the adventures of one Childe Harold. Manly specimen, rather passionate, who journeys to Greece and Albania. Hobby may recognize a deal of it.
Does he sigh a lot and mope after girls?
Does he have a limp, by any chance?
Thank God it does me good to see you. Thank you for coming all this way.
I bring bad news. Matthews is dead. He dived into the Cam and was caught in a bed of wheat.
But Charlie Matthews was a fine swimmer.
Well, he drowned. At least that's the Cambridge version.
Suicide.
He was an atheist, a Republican, and something too fond of small boys. What future had he? Here. Let us just say that he drowned in the Cam. To the dead.
The dead. The dead. And now, what's left to live for?
Well, I have my dice and cards, you your scribbling.
I wish often that I were a gambler. Win or lose, you feel something. But I feel nothing. And I'm sunk as a poet.
Hobhouse has his politics.
Hobhouse, as we all know, is a fool.
And what's wrong with politics?
Nothing wrong with them, Hobby. Provided you remember they are a futile pursuit. I addressed the House of Lords the other day. Rather finely wrought speech, as a matter of fact. But one which made bugger all difference to anything.
You don't make a difference in a day.
And your theme, George?
Well, do you see? The learned Fletcher informed me that the machines in Nottingham are putting our stocking weavers out of work. The men are rampaging at night, smashing the new equipment. The government wants to make this frame-breaking a capital offence.
Well, we cannot have the wanton destruction of private property, can we?
Yes, but they're starving, don't you see? They're starving.
It is a disgrace to a civilized country! I have been in some of the most oppressed provinces of Turkey, but never, even under that most despotic government, did I behold such wretchedness as I have seen since my return! And how will your lordships implement this bill? Erect a gibbet in every field? And hang up men like scarecrows?
Bravo! Oratory of the old school.
I must be good at something, mustn't I, Scrooge?
Are you familiar with the doctrine of predestination, Fletcher?
Not as to the detail, my lord.
Well, I am.
Wouldn't expect no less, my lord.
My mother made it very clear. We are the damned of Aberdeen. Put Mr. Davies in his bed. Gently, man! I owe him £4,800. Tambogi! Tambogi!
Lord Holland's compliments to Lord Byron.
Hobby. Solved the Irish question yet?
Working on it, George. What the deuce is going on? Half of London has left its card.
I awoke one morning to find myself famous.
Famous? For what?
For Childe Harold, the gloomy little ponce. Murray published it.
And it's sold?
It sold out. In 3 days. One is very much in demand.
I search in vain for its appeal. I mean, it reads like a map of the Mediterranean, larded with gods and heroes from a schoolboy's grammar. And the half-rhymes. And the dedications. Horrors.
Lord Byron and Captain Hobhouse.
Lord Byron, will you take tea?
I assure you, I have seen mankind in various countries, and I find them all equally despicable. If anything, the balance is slightly in favor of the Turks.
But they're not Christian.
Oh, dear.
Your friend is much in demand, Captain.
So it appears, Lady Melbourne.
I will have nothing to do with your immortality. Are we not miserable enough in this life without the absurdity of speculating upon another? Besides, if we are meant to live forever, why do we bother to die at all?
Then are you a Platonist, Lord Byron?
I am nothing at all.
You must be something.
Just a poor poet.
And how did you learn to be that?
For a man to become a poet, he must be in love. Or miserable.
Which are you?
Now Harold felt himself at length alone, and bade to Christian tongues a long adieu. Now he had ventured on a shore unknown, which all admired, but many dread to view. His breast was armed 'gainst fate, his wants were few. Peril he sought not, but ne'er shrank to meet. The scene was savage, but the scene was new. This made the ceaseless toil of travel sweet, beat back keen winter's blast, and welcomed summer's heat.
It is splendidly written. But all of society is asking, is it you enjoying these adventures?
I have done some odd things in my time.
They say at Cambridge you procured a bear.
Oh, my bear was adorable.
But what did you intend to do with the creature?
I intended it should sit for a fellowship. But the Dons disagreed.